why is the prison officer always with you? So I'm like, I see some people that I know, I'm like, why she? They've now explained, like, and I'm transparent, I'm nosy, you know. So I've gone to go and ask her, like, you're a nice girl, like, how did you end up here? She's explained certain things to me, etc. Then I remember there was a riot in some prison, and then they said that the reason why that riot took place is because they wanted to free Rashanara. Do you know that story? Do you know that story?
But I know their tactics though.
Oh, okay.
Because we're all accustomed to that.
So when her family used to come in prison, we used to have to like slyly be on a lock, because even when parcels used to come, helicopters used to have to like secure. It was crazy. But I'm just looking, I'm thinking, you're just a little girl. But you know what's so crazy, right? The way she transformed herself, she made it sound like she was radicalized, like, you know, etc. And then, like, sometimes I come out and I think to myself, did she generally transform, or was she also playing a tactic? Being somebody that studied psychology, I always think outside the box.
Of course.
Do you understand? But when I do speak to people in there, she's still in there, and she got security that follows her everywhere. Like, her phone calls are all monitored. When her family come on visits, you can just tell. And she's a girl. They Muslim people definitely do get biased.
A different person.
So I don't mean to interrupt you as well. So please forgive me. But she was fortunate. Now, sometimes my wife even shouts at me. She says, "You're so silly. Every time you explain, like, on regards to the CSC, you never explain it properly. So people just think it's always this easy. You just sit in a room." So allow me to break it down to you. So you've heard of an inmate by the name of Charles Bronson. So there's a place called the CSC. It means Close Supervision Center. So what they say is, out of the 89,000 prisoners, 50 are the most dangerous prisoners in the whole entire country. So that's what we were on.
Wow.
Now, so their methods is, I will explain mine so you can understand. I was on a 7-man, full PPE.
Oh my goodness.
Unlock. So, as you would know.
Yeah, with the dogs as well.
Yes, with a dog handler. So I can't move without
All
every 7 and the dog. So what they will do is they don't trust me, because I came from a background of boxing, I do mixed martial arts and so forth. So what I had to do as well, I had to sit on the floor and interlock my fingers, and then they will come in. They will give the instructions, and I lived like that for 7 years.
That is crazy. Solitary confinement, that's insane.
So this is a guard that's telling you this. Used to be, sorry.
Yeah.
Please forgive me. But now what they done with me as
Once
well,
a
there was
guard, always a
there
guard.
was measures as well. So for example, I would wear, they would hand me tracksuits that were 2 sizes smaller. Now I asked somebody about this, and he said that they do this in military prisons because it breaks your confidence.
Yes.
They say that you're too confident.
Yeah.
So we need to break that. So applying for a toothbrush, I didn't have no reading materials for a while. Now this is what the figures were in my times. I'm talking about 2010. They said 95% became mentally unwell, obviously. So eventually, I'm going to explain everything to you, because we all say 2 sides to every story. Eventually, there was a particular officer. He was really at it. I was at a low point where my uncle passed away. They were all singing a song, all cheering together. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Everything's going my way. I was in fear of my safety. They stepped in. So the cameras show. There's a whole footage of this. They stepped in. They had no right, because, again, I'm on a 7-man unlock, full PPE. They've got protocols. They didn't follow that protocols. Now, what they say next is 7 got injured. Officers got injured, and more got injured. Now, what they said was, it was a cowardly act. Our officers were a victim of this violent attack. First and foremost is, I won't call somebody cowardly if there's like 20 against 1. Because you know, as a resident, you know already, when an officer's injured, what is the likelihood of some type of revenge?
Oh, 100%. Like 100%.
So you know this.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what happened to me. So after this incident, they eventually walked me back. There was an officer that I was very close with. And I felt a way to, so he stood in front and he just said, look, please. I was then moved to another establishment, which was Full Sutton in the sector. They were all lined up waiting for me. So I knew what was going to happen. I was going to get another beating. I totally understand that. I accepted that. But then there was a problem now. When they told me to strip naked and, you know, and this is what they do, the process, I couldn't move my arm. And I was thinking, what's happening? So now I'm in a state of panic. I'm thinking, like, what's going on? Why can't I move? I can't feel my fingers. I can't do anything. They realized something once they cut my T-shirt and so forth, that my ribs were cracked.
Hey.
So they said, we're not accepting. If he dies, it's not going to be on us.
Ribs can
So I had
lungs and hearts,
yes, this is correct. So, but they will never tell you this. They never tell the general public this, of how many times I've had my face stomped in, how many times that I've had my eyes blackened, and how many times as well. And in this case as well, with some of these officers, they were actually fired. So it's obviously done something wrong, but they will never release this. And I had to go outside court and everything else, and I was going back-to-back court cases for over 3 years. So these are the things that
Did that result in any? Was anyone ever convicted
what
for attacking you?
a prison guard? No, never.
Never.
But
you
let me
ever-
explain
I'm
to you,
surprised
you
he
can
got
do your own.
sacked.
You can do your own research on this as well. You heard about the case in Nottingham as well, where that there was I think there was 8 or 7 prison guards, and they were convicted, and they had a chart. So they had like 10 points for beating up a Muslim, 9 for the N word,
Wow.
8 for the P word, and they used to text each other, WhatsApp each other, and give the scores like, today I made 19 points.
Wow.
Or and so forth, and they were convicted. See, but none of this is ever articulated to the general public.
saw something
So
like
automatically they see us as animals, uncivilized. These poor officers, they've just got attacked. Yes, of course, there's in some cases. There's good and bad in everybody.
there's always an
So
example of why
we-
rules are held in place.
We totally understand that. But this is what I said about due diligence and about being fair and being transparent. So these are the things that are happening, and you've heard it.
Oh, G, can I say something? Yeah. You just reminded me of something, yeah? Since we're on this particular topic, right? And obviously, I've never been to the 4 or 5 big house, the full Sutton. I'm not, luckily for me, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though I'm a madman in there, anyway, they may not go mad. Yeah. Luckily for me. Yeah. But obviously, I've been Wood Hill, so I've seen a little bit of being around like life as a bit or whatever. Yeah. It's funny stories with Wood Hill as well. You know what I'm saying? Because but the first ever prison that I've ever gone to. Yeah. And at the time when this is happening, I don't even think this is that mad. Because I think, in my mind, I'm a big man. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm not. I'm 16. Yeah? And it's juvenile jail, so it's rough. So there's a lot of fighting a lot, whatever. Proper racist place, yeah? Hoseley Bay, literally by the sea. Yeah, Warren Hill was called, yeah? 1 black gov, yeah? And he was a coconut.